Imagine being completely, utterly in love. The kind of love that fills you with joy, makes your days brighter, and helps you feel safe and cherished. Now, imagine that same person, the one who brings you so much happiness, also carries a storm inside them, a volatile force that can erupt without warning, leaving you walking on eggshells, constantly on edge. That's the heartbreaking reality for our narrator today, an 18-year-old caught between profound love and a terrifying fear. Stick around to hear this incredibly difficult dilemma, and while you're here, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more gripping Reddit stories. Our story begins with a young woman, just 18 years old, reaching out into the vast unknown of Reddit, anonymously seeking guidance for a problem that feels impossible to navigate. She starts with a brief apology, explaining her dyslexia might lead to a few mistakes, but her honesty and vulnerability shine through every word. She's created a throwaway account, a digital mask, because the subject of her post is her 20-year-old girlfriend, and she fears what might happen if her girlfriend ever stumbled upon these words. The core of her anguish is a belief, a growing certainty, that her girlfriend has anger issues. This isn't a snap judgment or a passing thought. She's spent months researching, poring over articles, symptom lists, and personal accounts. And with every piece of information, a chilling pattern emerged, a mirror image of the woman she loves. The signs were all there, unmistakable. And the weight of this realization grew heavier with each passing day. What makes this even more unsettling is the family history. Our narrator knows her girlfriend's dad also struggles with anger issues. It's a painful inheritance, a cycle that seems to be repeating, and this knowledge only solidifies her fears. It gives her a heartbreaking sense of validation, confirming what her gut has been screaming at her for months. Recently, her girlfriend's anger has escalated, becoming an unbearable burden on their relationship. It's not just a minor irritation, it's a dark cloud that hangs over them, casting a shadow on every moment of happiness. And for our narrator, this isn't just about general discomfort. She is a deeply sensitive person, scarred by past trauma that left her with PTSD, particularly around anger. Even when her girlfriend's rage isn't directed at her, like when she's screaming at a video game, slamming controllers, or pacing aggressively with a tense jaw, the sheer intensity of it is terrifying. It triggers something deep inside her, an echo of past pain that leaves her trembling and anxious. She finds herself retreating, her heart pounding, her body bracing for an impact that may or may not come, but the threat of which is ever present. This isn't a story about a bad person, far from it. Our narrator makes it abundantly clear that outside of these episodes, her girlfriend is truly amazing. She describes her as loving, caring, and someone who brings immense joy into her life. It's this beautiful, bright side of the relationship that makes the anger all the more devastating. It creates a stark, painful contrast, like a vibrant painting marred by sudden, violent strokes. How do you reconcile the person who makes you laugh until your sides ache with the one who makes your blood run cold? How do you protect your heart from the very person who is supposed to cherish it? She confesses that she's just ranting, but it's more than that, it's a raw outpouring of a desperate soul. She desperately wants to tell her girlfriend what she thinks, how she feels, the fear that grips her. She wants to open up, to share this terrible secret she's been carrying. But the thought of doing so fills her with dread. What if her honesty, her vulnerability, simply sets her girlfriend off again? The very conversation meant to address the anger could become another casualty of it. It's a paralyzing catch-22, trapping her in a cycle of silence and fear. She hasn't kept all of this bottled up entirely. She's confided in some friends, brave enough to share the weight on her shoulders. And their response? They all agree. They've seen it too, perhaps the subtle shifts, the sudden outbursts, the tension she often tries to hide. Their agreement offers a small comfort, a validation that she's not imagining things, that her fears are real and justified. But it doesn't offer a solution. There was, however, a glimmer of hope. Her girlfriend had been in therapy for a while, addressing some other issues in her life. Our narrator had held on to this, seeing it as a potential path forward. She imagined a scenario where she could gently approach her girlfriend, suggest that she discuss these anger issues with her therapist, a neutral third party who could guide them both. It felt like a plan, a delicate strategy to broach such a sensitive topic. But then, that hope was suddenly, brutally snatched away. Just tonight, she discovered her girlfriend had stopped attending therapy a few weeks ago. The news hit her like a punch to the gut. The one clear path she thought she had, the one lifeline, was gone. She was stuck, truly stuck, with no clear way forward. The very tool she hoped to leverage was no longer available. And so, she turned to Reddit, a digital confessional, seeking advice from strangers. The desperation in her plea is palpable. Any advice would be nice. She's adrift, caught between love and fear, joy and terror, silence and potential explosion. Her heart is breaking, not just for herself, but for the woman she loves, knowing that this anger is not only destroying their relationship but likely hurting her girlfriend too. This story leaves us with a profound question: when love is intertwined with fear, how do you find the courage to speak your truth, especially when that truth might ignite the very storm you're trying to navigate? What would you do in her shoes? Share your thoughts and advice in the comments below. And if you found this story compelling, please give this video a like, subscribe for more real-life narratives, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.